It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Smith now on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll hand it down to Geis. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. From the 50, it's Smith. And now he'll tuck it and run. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Smith finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. Back deep is Carlos Henderson. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Working from the gun, Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 76 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They start on the ground with Geis, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Muhammad Wilkerson able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
3rd and long. It's Smith. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. On first down, Smith. Being chased out left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
319! 258!
Now a first down carry by Jones. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Out to the left, it's complete to Dykson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, Smith. Dykson with a grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He may try and run for this. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. Fancy footwork at the 45. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. The Redskins offense now. They head back onto the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st down, this is Geis fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Smith finding Doxson that time for a Washington first.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there, a 22. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Operating from the gun. Smith. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Back to throw, Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. Smith throwing again. And this is caught in the end zone. It's Dotson for the Redskins touchdown. Josh Doxson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point good by Hopkins, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
319! 319!
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Zoom.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. Randall Cobb on the breakaway. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
On first down, Rodgers trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Smith. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Smith. It's brought in by Doxson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. Smith now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And an alley to run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
handoff. It's Geis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Here's Smith from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man. It's a side end, Lance Kendricks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a gain there of 11 yards. From the gun, here's Smith. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Smith to throw again. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the red zone now, Smith dumps it off for Geis. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Smith. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Smith. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, Rodgers. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Room here to run. Got some real estate inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And left side here, it's Graham. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have. And right there, they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their 1st possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
On second down, Peterson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, it's Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
And Davis has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Play action. It's Smith. He'll check it down to Geis. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Smith on third down. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. Smith now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Hey, gun.
Here's Geis. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On second down, here's Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. And he may want to
track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throw left side complete. That's Graham. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
That's fine, yeah.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, he finds Henderson complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
319. Yeah, Liz.
Rodgers now to throw. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And down inside the 15 he goes. Rodgers to Cobb. Good for a Green Bay first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
319. Zoom.
Now Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll go as a loss of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Crosby on now to kick it away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Now Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Smith now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Smith now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. First career pick for the rookie Josh Jackson. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people who want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
One back in the game, that's Jones, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Julian Edelman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Crosby on now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's going to wind up and air it out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Redskins on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Smith, flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. Give him 30 yards there. Rodgers looking to throw. Fighting through pressure. Escaping the pressure right. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Rodgers to throw on second down. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's got Miller. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Rodgers now on first down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Mason Foster not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Packers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.